Hello and welcome to BIMcontact Resource Management. Optimal resource utilization and effective resource allocation play a vital role in successfully executing the activities of a project. BIMcontact Resource Management help organizations to plan their resources effectively, allocate them to different activities, and see that the resources are used optimally. You can locate the Resource Planner under the Planning and Controls section within your workspace. Within the Resource Planner, the first step is to add a resource to an activity. You can select the activities that are in the Project Planner of that workspace, and select the resource who is going to work on it. The start date and the end date will be automatically filled, based on the period you have specified for the activity, in the Project Planner. You can enter the hours, and press Add Selected Resource to the activity. If you check the allocation chart for the resource, you can see that for this task, the total 32 hours has been equally divided into 4 days. If allocated hours was 6 hours instead of 32 hours, the allocation will be done accordingly. In case, if the manager wants a resource to work fixed hours on specific days of a week repeatedly for the whole duration of an activity, that can be done through the recurring option. While allocating the resource to the activity, you need to specify the hours as well as the recurring date range. For example, if the resource need to put 4 hours on a single day, you can specify the hours, the start date and the end date as the same. Now if you click on the recurring allocation button, you can specify the weekly option and the days in a week. The resource needs to work 4 hours on this activity, along with the time frame of the allocation. Here we are selecting Wednesday and Thursday. Now if you save and allocate the activity, from the monthly view, you see that the resource was allocated 4 hours on this activity on Wednesday and Thursday for each week, and there are multiple allocation entries have been created. The recurring allocation can be used to allocate activities to resources on a daily, weekly, monthly or yearly recurring basis. Let us allocate the resource to another activity which is overlapping the dates and hours with the earlier activity. Combining the two activities, if the total hours exceed the standard 8 hours per day of that resource, it will shown as the planned overtime, which will marked in red color on the allocation chart. Now let us move to another workspace called Carpathian. Let us assume that the same resource is allocated in another project activity in this workspace. If the manager allocate the resource to an activity that has the same date in another workspace, the additional hours other than the normal working time will be shown as the overtime, indicating that the resource is already working on some other activities on the same time. This allows managers to optimally plan the resources. Resource Planner comes with an advanced search function, where managers can search for resources and try different duration to get an optimal allocation. For example, this resource is allocated 50% on this particular week. Now if you go to the search option, you can specify different criteria to find your resources. Once the resource details are found, managers can enter different dates and duration to see the status on the current allocation and the estimated allocation. Once the manager see that the resource is optimally allocated, the resource can be allocated to an activity with that duration. Once the resource is allocated to a particular activity, the manager can inform the resource about the allocation and request a response. The resource will get a mail with a link to confirm the allocation. Once confirmed, the info under that item will show the letter A. The Resource Planner comes with different reports. Managers can view the assigned activities per resources with details including the over-allocation, get the details about the activities across different projects for a resource, see how the resources are allocated in activities per portal or projects, and view the overall resource utilization reports. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions or would like to know more, visit our website or contact us on the email shown on the screen.